Welcome to the Loan Officer Sales Training. Today we're going to be talking about social media ads. So we'll wait just a few minutes here to get started, let everybody have a chance to jump on, and let us go live on all the different platforms we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I'll put the chat up on the screen here. I see some people were already commenting. Thank you, Owen, Chrisita. Appreciate the comments there. Go ahead and comment as you tune in while we wait here to go live. And we have the chat up on the screen there. And as we go through the presentation here today, feel free to ask any questions you have as well there in the chat. Hope everybody had a great weekend and is ready to get back to it here on Monday. And I got some cool training topics for this week to discuss after today as well. So just hang tight for a second. Let's wait to go live on all the different platforms. Thank you everybody for commenting that's tuning in. Appreciate you being nice and early. And it looks like we can go ahead and get it started here. Looks like we're live everywhere. So give me a second here. I'll take the chat off the screen and we will get into it. So welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator. Today is our loan officer sales training. We do this at 12 p.m. Eastern every weekday. And today we're going to be talking about social media ads. Now, we have trainings on this at the Mortgage Calculator. Nick and I also wrote a book about social media ads and just leads in general called Follow the Lead. And we do have more in-depth trainings on how to actually do these ads. But today we're going to be talking a little bit in generalities. I'm not going to actually pull up an ad and post it for you or anything. But at the Mortgage Calculator, we do have trainings like that. But today we're just going to talk about social media ads in general. How do we use them to our advantage? How do we set them up? What are they like? What do they mean? So social media ads, obviously extremely important. Now, today we're not going to be talking about social media content, right? Obviously ads have content as a part of them, but we're not talking about content. We're not talking about, going viral or anything like that. We're talking, we're not talking about, natural traction here. We're talking about actual ads, paid social media ads. Maybe I should have put that on the title too. We're talking about paid social media ads, not organic traffic or organic posts, organic activity. We're talking about actual paid ads. So when it comes to social media ads, there is one clear, very clear tool to use, which is Facebook for Business. Now, this is one of the most common misconceptions as far as advertising goes. Facebook for Business is not just Facebook, right? Facebook for Business, a lot of people think when you say you advertise on Facebook, they think boosting their post is what we're talking about. You know how when you post something, Facebook and Instagram will tell you, hey, you could put, $10 on this to boost it for more people to see it. That is not what we're talking about here. If you're actually going to advertise on Facebook, you need to get Facebook for Business. Business.facebook.com is where you would go to set up an actual Facebook business account. Facebook Business, the ad center, and just Facebook for Business in general is the most powerful advertising tool there has ever been on the face of the earth. And that is not an exaggeration at all. That's actually absolutely true. Facebook for Business, their ad center, their tools, their suite of products is the most powerful advertising tool there have ever been in the history of the world. And guess what? It's available to all of us for free. How amazing is that? And I'm not talking about it's the most powerful tool lately or anything. This is the most powerful tool ever invented in the history of the world, tenfold. There's nothing that even comes anywhere close to this advertising platform. And it's not restricted to just big ad agencies. It's not restricted to just people with a bunch of money. It can be used for people who have $5 a day, right? $1 a day. It doesn't matter. But the key here is that you must use Facebook for business, right? Not just promoting your post, boosting your post. That's a whole other thing. Facebook for Business is a powerful advertising tool. Business.facebook.com. You got to set up your actual advertising account. Now, Facebook for Business not only handles ads on Facebook, but of course Instagram as well, since Facebook owns them, and they have other platforms tied into there as well. They have things like, you know, regular what you would used to call like a Google ad, right? Just an ad on the side of different people's websites. They own a lot of different platforms and I guess inventory of ads, I should say, that you can do. So it kind of has a almost Google ad type feature now and some other stuff. And of course they own WhatsApp and, you know, Facebook owns all kinds of stuff. So Facebook for Business is the actual advertising tool that you will be using. Now, what's great about the mortgage calculator is we have our president of the company who is an expert at this, who owns a digital marketing company, is certified by Facebook as a media planning professional and certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate. And so has been using Facebook for Business since it came out. So at the mortgage calculator, fortunately for us, we have a person that's an absolute expert who has helped, who gets our leads, right? But for those for those of you out there that don't have that, or for those of you out there who want to take your ads into your own hands as well, Facebook for Business is the one and only tool that you'll ever need to use when it comes to online advertising and social media advertising. Now, of course, they have tons of videos on how to use the stuff. They have, there's tons of tutorials on YouTube and stuff on how to use Facebook for Business and all the different tools that they have. But I will tell you that while anyone can do it, the effectiveness comes from experience, right? So just like any type of, advertisement, it's going to be based on how much experience you have. How much money have you spent to learn what works and what does not work, right? That's why at the mortgage calculator, our loan officers can purchase their own campaigns if they want, where we copy our campaign that we may have spent already $500,000 on, or, even more, right? So it's all about dialing everything in. The more you spend, the more you learn, the more you adjust, the more you dial in. And not only is that something that you do personally, but Facebook does that all automatically as well. It's constantly learning. It's constantly adapting. And so, very important there to know that, yes, you can do it yourself, but also, like, for those of us at the mortgage calculator, when you have something like that where somebody can say, hey, we've already proven this campaign out, put your money on this campaign, and that way you don't have to go learn yourself. You don't have to spend the $100,000 that it took to dial in that ad. You can just spend whatever budget you have on it because it's already dialed in. So just keep that in mind. Now, the most popular type of Facebook ad when it comes to things like our industry is going to be a lead ad. So let's talk about what a Facebook lead ad is. A Facebook lead ad is an ad where when they click on it, they are automatically taken to enter their information. Their information is automatically already filled out based on their Facebook profile, right? So whatever email they use for Facebook, whatever phone number they have for their Facebook, it's all automatically populated. So instead of them clicking on an ad and going to some website where you're trying to capture their information, it really kills the conversion ratio when you do that, right? A lead ad, they say, it says click here for more info or click here to apply or whatever it may be. They click that and then it pulls it up to enter their info for more info, and it's already filled in. So they just click a button and then it goes to where they have to click a next button, to double opt in, essentially, to make sure that they've given permission. At the mortgage calculator, that's where a lot of our Facebook ads come from. Of course, we do ads on Instagram and on different platforms, but a lot of our Facebook ads are lead ads. That's typically the easiest ones to convert. Now, there's pros and cons with lead ads, just like any other type of online advertisement. The pro is that it's easier to get people. It's easier to get their contact information instead of just hoping they go to whatever website you're sending them to and sign up. But the downside, one of the downsides is it's pre-filling their information. So guess what? If they have an old phone number attached to their Facebook, it's entering their old number attached to their Facebook, and most people aren't going to take the time to edit it, right? So that's the pros and cons there, is that yes, it's easier to get their info and more direct to get their info instead of just letting them browse somewhere else and hopefully maybe they come back, But the downside is that it does autofill their info, and most people aren't going to go edit their info and stuff like that. It's already pre-filled and they just click a couple buttons. Boom, they're opted in. You have their info. You're going to give them a call, obviously, send them an email, because you're going to essentially have their email and phone number of whatever is on their Facebook account. So that's probably the most popular type of ad, especially for anything like this where we're doing, sales and conversions, and the main point is to get on the phone with someone. If you're selling sneakers or something, a lot of the times it's more of a, get them to go to the website to make the purchase. But with things like this where we're doing sales and we're following up by phone, and that's our main point, is to get a hold of the person, typically a lead ad is the best ad to use. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these ads. Simpler is usually better. The most simple ads typically get the best response. These are ads that look like memes or something like that, right? Video ads, and this is different, depending on how well you target, how well you do your videos and stuff. But video ads never really get even close to the engagement as a simple just post, right? Just a post that has a simple graphic, simple call to action. A lot of people go way overboard when they're making advertisements for social media, but remember, it's social media. So when you're scrolling on your phone and you go by an ad, without even looking at it, it's an ad, right? When it looks very much like an ad. But when it looks like the rest of the content that you're looking at, which is usually a big, simple writing, a meme or some news thing of this, but with big writing on it and just a picture. Those are the things that your clients are looking at when they're scrolling through their thing. That's what they're paying attention to, right? Anything they see that's like a video of some place trying to sell something, they scroll right past it. They can tell right away that's not content. They're looking for content when they're looking through their Facebook, their Instagram, all that kind of stuff, right? So the more you make it look like content, the better. And content is typically not some busy picture ad with calls to action everywhere and all this kind of stuff. It's typically a very simple, graphic with some simple writing, and that not only attracts people more, but also tends to get them more interested. You also don't have to lay out every single thing on that ad, right? The more that you can grab their attention with one thing, but then they need more info on the rest. They can't just look at the ad and see every bit of info you're pitching to them. That makes them want to get more information, right? So we want to catch their attention with usually, and I say usually, this is not a perfect thing, right? This is always constantly changing, and it's always up to you how good you make your ads and how good the video may be, blah, 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 all that, right? But I'm talking about usually a simple ad is typically better, and any ads that look more like content than an ad are always going to do better. Now, here is a big, big tip. Oh, it looks like I have a typo here. This is a big, big tip. Make sure you have the rights to the content that you post. I learned this the hard way. One of my companies got sued because one of my graphic designers used a picture of a background in Miami and did not have permission to use it. Now, we didn't know that when we bought the design from the person, but we ended up getting sued, and it is statutory damages, federal copyright law. So we did have to pay. And so it was an expensive mistake that we made. And this was probably, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. And so it was an expensive mistake that we made, and definitely not going to make it again. There's all kinds of places where you can get licensed stock photos, which is mainly what you're using when you're making social media ads nowadays. You're typically going to use some kind of stock image, stock photos, and then add some writing and stuff like that. Canva is a great one where, I don't know, what is it, like $9.99 a month or something, and you get to use all their premium licensed images. And so that's, something like that is good to be used. If you're going to make your own ads, make sure that you do have the rights to the images. And, something like Canva is perfect. It gives you all the images. You can also, create the ad super quickly. You can also, they have templates and stuff. So, something like Canva or something like that is also good to have. But just remember, if you don't specifically have rights to that picture or video or whatever it is that you're posting in your ad, and this goes for content as well, make sure you're not posting it, right? Reposting someone is a little bit different. That's their responsibility. But just you straight up uploading content to the internet, if you don't have permission to upload that content and put it out there, then you may get sued. And we had to learn the hard way, and it sucked, but now we know, right? Now, when you're doing social media ads, it is crucial that you automate the lead flow. If you're doing social media ads and you're not automating the actual lead flow, you might as well not be doing them. This is what it's all about. It's all about making sure that when somebody actually does respond to that ad, that you're notified instantly and automatically, and then that lead is automatically inserted into whatever CRM you're using. Now, at the Mortgage Calculator, of course, it's super simple. We do all this for you automatically. So there's at the Mortgage Calculator, when you go into your advertising tab in your CRM, you have your webhook there. That webhook can be used for social media ads for your own, right? So not only can we set up campaigns for you, but you can set up your own campaigns and use that webhook. So just using that webhook in the Facebook for Business platform, you can go in there, upload your own ads, make your own campaign, find your own target audience, and you can use that webhook so that every ad you do, every time somebody clicks it, it's automatically ingested into your CRM. You're automatically sent an email and a text message letting you know that you have your own new lead, and it's already in the CRM. So of course we do that for you automatically. So just know that without doing that, it's not really worth spending money on, right? It's only worth putting a budget behind it and putting yourself out there, putting out ads, if it's going to work properly on the back end. It really doesn't do any good if you're just out there throwing random ads out or boosting random posts and just hoping people get in contact with you, or hoping that you'll see the ad when it comes into the Facebook manager. So you gotta make sure that it's automated. That's the whole deal here. If you're not automating the back end of the process, you might as well not be spending the money. I literally wouldn't spend the money unless you have the back end all properly set up. So make sure that you do that. That is very important. So again, at the Mortgage Calculator, we provide you the way to do all of this, right? For you to actually be able to get out there, do your own ads, and also, like I said, one copy and paste for your webhook, put that into Facebook Ad Manager, and then you got them coming into your CRM automatically and all that kind of stuff. Now, again, practice makes perfect. So if you're not confident in yourself yet, I would have Nick, us, aka Nick, manage your ad campaign for you, because he's built this all out already. So that's the cool thing, is that we can handle this for our loan officers, or you can venture out and do it yourself. Who knows, maybe you might get better results, but Nick's pretty dialed in on it, And that's, again, kind of where the success comes, is from actual trial and error, and, making sure that you've spent enough for Facebook to kind of realize what is going on. One thing that we tell our clients, because Nick and I own a ad agency as well, one of the things that we tell our clients is that you need to spend $1,000 on an ad just to see what's going to happen, right? Because again, Facebook is dynamic. Facebook is learning. Every dollar you spend, Facebook is learning, trying to get you better results. Well, it's not really going to be able to learn until you've spent about $1,000. That's kind of the general rule of, okay, this ad really worked, or it didn't work, or it's trying to work, but it's not quite there yet. And that's when you're going to really be able to tell what's going on. So again, some of you may not have that $1,000 budget just to try your own campaign and really see if it's going to work. That's why it's so advantageous to have someone like us who can just copy a campaign we already spent all that money on, proven it out, and then have you spend your budget on it. But I wanted to do this training because I want you all to know what's happening on the back end and let you know that you have the power to do this yourself as well. You have the most advanced, most effective advertising tool known to man that is and will probably ever exist for a long time, which is Facebook for Business. There's a reason why it's one of the largest companies in the world. It's not because people play video games on Facebook, right? It's the most powerful advertising platform there has ever been. And the greatest part about it is that you don't have to have anything to sign up. It's free. You can use the tools. There's all kinds of tools, all kinds of stuff to use. And that's what's so beautiful about it. The advertising world has changed to where only the big ad firms used to have access to amazing tools. And now you have the same access to this platform is what every single large advertising agency in the world is using and specializes in. They don't have anything special. They're just using the same exact tools that you can use for free. So it's an incredible opportunity for those of us at the Mortgage Calculator, incredible opportunity because you can use that webhook that we give you and instantly insert them into your CRM, notify yourself about them. That way that you are up and running, and not only being able to put your own ads out there, but to be able to effectively respond to them and get the benefit from those ads. Because just like any other ad, it's always about speed to lead. And especially if you're spending your own money, you want to make sure that you are set up on the back end so that it's automatically coming in into your CRM and automatically going to you, because time is of the essence. I don't see any questions here in the comments. I do have some more topics coming up this week that'll brush up against this a little bit, but just wanted to make sure you all know how this works, what's happening, what tools you have available. And even those of you at the Mortgage Calculator who have the opportunity for us to handle your campaigns for you, maybe you want to get in there and mess around and spend $1 a day or something just to see if you can do it, see how you like it, see if you can learn about it, right? That's what's so beautiful. $1 a day would be your minimum budget, right? Which is just absolutely amazing. So great opportunity for all of us in this time that we live in. Definitely take advantage of it, whether it's, having us do it for you or you doing it yourself. Just make sure to take some of these pointers. Make sure when you make the ad, you own the rights to whatever images that you're using. Usually simpler is better when it comes to actual ads. And just make sure, remember, we're talking about Facebook for Business. We're talking about business.facebook.com. We are not talking about, boosting your own posts and stuff on your personal pages and stuff, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about you signing up for an actual Facebook business account, business.facebook.com, and actually using their full suite of advertising products. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Remember, 12 p.m. Eastern, every weekday, we do this training on the sales side of things. So I'll have another training for you tomorrow. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the next episode of the Loan Officer Sales Training with the Mortgage